Vanakkam, Namaskara, good afternoon and a big welcome. I'm Nagarjun Dwarkanath here on So South on India Today. The 30 minutes of power-packed episodes of all the news that matters to you from the southern part of India. We cover entertainment, cinema, politics, crime, protests, all that news that matters to you as viewers. We bring you from all the 6 states here in southern part of India. And we'll start our bulletin today from the stories coming in from the state of Karnataka. Breaking news coming in, an unfortunate incident that has occurred in the Bengaluru South police limits on December 14th. Visuals have come in light. A CCTV visual has seen that a 5-year-old boy was allegedly assaulted after being brutally kicked by a man while playing near the grandmother's house in Thyagaraja, Nagar, and this was on December 14th. The CCTV footage has come in lately is what we are told. The child Naveen Jain was playing with other children near the residence. In the visual you can see the man comes from behind and kicks the child for no reason. In fact, when we saw the videos also, initially we thought this was a dispute within families, some issue was ongoing, but the bizarre incident took place on December 14th where the accused has no relation to the boy as well. And as per the complaint filed by the child's mother, the accused is identified as Rajan, who allegedly kicked the child for no reason and causing him some injuries. As you can see, the kid also has suffered injuries and bleeding above the eyebrow, and he has brazen on his hands and legs. The woman also alleged to the accused known and assault and abuse in the area. Banshankari police have now registered a case, and this seems to be an habitual offender. The accused seems to be Rajan, seems to be an habitual offender as per the preliminary information. Now the FIR has been filed. Sagai Raj is joining me live on more on this. Sagai Raj, what are you picking up? What is the reason that this accused Rajan is trying to beat up children and also trying to assault them?
You seem to be a psychopath, and if you notice that he is a habitual offender, it is not the isolated incident where he kicks a 5-year-old boy on the street. There are multiple other CCTV footage which has emerged which clearly shows that he has assaulted kids on that same street. He's even tried to run over a girl using his bike when a girl was walking on the road, and he assaults a boy on his head when he was cycling, and a girl was being assaulted by him when she was just walking on the street. So he seemed to be a habitual offender, and parents are alleging that despite registering a complaint, it seemed to be a non-cognizable offence. That is the reason he gets away from this kind of crime. And if you see the CCTV footage of all these 4 incidents, blood boils for the family members as well as the people in the neighborhood who are claiming that he's a psychopath. He is on a spree of assaulting the kids when they are playing, when they are walking, when they are cycling on the streets of Thyagaraja Nagar.
Sagai, this is not the first time that this accused has assaulted kids, and in fact, looking at the video itself, it's so painful that randomly he comes and kicks the kid from behind, and we saw the number of injuries that the kid sustained also. Why is that no complaint have been filed earlier, or was there any complaint and the action was not taken?
If you notice, they thought that this is one of those incidents where he might be upset with the kid for doing something. But if you notice, these kids were just walking on the street. One of those kids, he was just cycling on the streets of Thyagaraja Nagar. He notices that kid cycling there. He suddenly assaults him, and the family got to know about this incident after this 5-year-old boy was assaulted. Thereafter, the other kids came forward and said that even they were being assaulted. That's when they got access to the CCTV camera, and the CCTV footage has revealed this gruesome behavior of this psychopath Rajan in Thyagaraja Nagar. An FIR has been registered, but after these series of videos which clearly expose the mindset of this habitual offender, so we need to wait and watch. Will there be any kind of stringent action taken against this psychopath offender?
Well, no words can discussed about how the pain of the kids would be and the family as we speak. And now I'm handing it over to Suesha Savant to take you through more on this video that had occurred on December 14th in Bengaluru.
Oh yes, absolutely, Nagarjun, and shocking to the kind of visuals that have emerged. This man should not be allowed to roam around freely, because one thing is clear, his mental condition certainly needs to be checked. He has targeted not one child, several innocent, helpless children who are out there to play. They are out there on the streets, they are on their cycle, or they are playing somewhere, and this man has targeted them. Three sets of pictures that India Today has, and we'll break them down frame by frame. There you see in this particular visual, this boy is cycling. He's going there on his cycle on the road, just riding like any boy would, any child would. But this man comes out of nowhere. The boy is unaware to what is about to happen in the next second. This man just pulls him by his hair and then he attacks him. Such was the level of the injuries that the boy had, bleeding above his eyebrows. But most importantly, how it affects the psychology of these young children and how bad an impact it is, because they feel so scared. They are targeted out of nowhere. Let's take you through the next set of visuals. This young girl, she's just walking on the road, unaware of what is about to happen next. She's rather on the side of the road. She's not even in the middle of the road. This man purposely swerves the motorcycle in her direction, and it literally looks like he's going to run down the girl. But it is a close escape, it is a close shave, while one can't imagine what this man is capable of and to what extent he would actually go to target children, to hurt them. And worst of all, the fact that there is no personal animosity. That is not the reason that is being stated. Why is he going after young, innocent, helpless children who can't even protect themselves? And here he goes, pulls that boy while he was on the bicycle. Here he swerves his motorcycle purposely such that he goes on to target this girl. Here is another visual, another CCTV footage that we've captured. There you see, they're playing badminton. There is an adult also. There is a child. There are two children. There is an adult. He purposely runs in the direction of the child and he attacks her. He hurts her, she falls, and then he runs away. He is a habitual offender. He has been doing this time and again. There is enough and ample evidence against him of how he's targeting these helpless children. He runs, he's harming children, and this is just a teaser to what extent he can go and how the police must take strictest of action against him, Nagarjun, because this is a man who's targeting children on purpose, and the police not just should do a thorough investigation when it comes to mental health, but also this man should not be allowed to move scot-free.
Well, absolutely true. Absolutely true, Suresh. A shocking incident, gut-wrenching incident coming through the Bengaluru South police limits. And joining me now on the phone is Brinda Adige, activist. Brinda, hope you have seen the visuals also. Not just one. This accused Rajan has been an habitual offender. We have got several such videos where he's trying to assault kids for no reason. What do you have to say about this?
Yes, now that it is confirmed that he's an habitual offender, but that is a phrase that you and I, the laypersons, are using. The police also know about it. The police can take suo moto action. Nothing stops the police from taking suo moto action. But why hasn't the police worked on this? Are they waiting for some one person to come and give a complaint, and so there can be a complainant and then an FIR? Which I think is wrong, because we don't know what is the status of this fellow in that given society or in that community. Probably others are scared to come and complain about him directly. Maybe he has some political clout and some other influence of that nature. So my first question is, why have the police, the division in South Bengaluru, not taken cognizance of this man's dangerous, violent actions against children? And that is our job. Every adult's job is to protect children. It doesn't matter whether the child is your own or the child belongs to somebody else. He has been doing this time and again, and like the videos shown in your channel, it is not one or two times. He has done this purposely everywhere, categorically, where children are involved. We want the police commissioner of Bangalore to immediately issue instructions that the South Division Bengaluru police must register a suo moto case on this offender. He is a perpetrator. He is a danger to children and to the society.
Brinda, what we are told is that the police have already arrested this assaulter, the accused Rajan. An FIR has been registered in the south limits. But The bigger question is, should also the Child Welfare Committee from the government and take cognizance of it and ensure that there's more pressure on the police department to the justice is given to the kid?
You're absolutely right. But the question over here is, are the Child Welfare Committee members in Bengaluru trained enough to handle this kind of action? Do they even take proactive actions and initiatives when these kind of issues come? Because I don't know whether the committee is trained enough. I don't know whether the committee goes out and seeks information from society saying if something like this is happening in any of your communities, bring it to our notice. The Child Welfare Committee, as far as I know, only sits in one place and handles cases like another court. So that is a great question that you've asked. The Child Welfare Committee has the primary role to ensure prevention of these dangerous actions on children and to address such violence on children immediately, to pressurize the police to ensure that they register not simply an FIR but a watertight case and see that the charge sheet that is filed is also something where a prosecutor can properly and correctly argue for punishment for this man. He cannot be simply let off saying that he has mental illness.
That's absolutely true. That's what the logical end, right? The charge sheet has to be filed, the investigation has to continue, and the trial has to get over so that the justice is delivered to the kid. And not just this kid that we have seen many such videos. There's a video, Brinda, that Rajan, the accused, trying to pull a kid's hair. This is an incident of him kicking the kid. There's another incident of him trying to pull the hair of the child where the child is just cycling on the road. What do you also have to talk about the parents? Do they have to protect the children more when they send them out to play on the streets alone?
I think we are putting too much burden on the parents, no? There is a certain amount of trust and confidence that parents say that this is my community, this is our area. Where else can children go and play? After all, like the West, we don't have playgrounds for children in every community. Here, the children will have to play on the streets and wherever that little space is there. Of course, the parents must tell the children to be careful. But what can the child or the parent do when a madman comes somewhere from, hiding, literally in a hiding, going and following and stalking the child and harming the child? We cannot do anything. This man has continued with this impunity because nobody has taken action against him in the past. We are putting the burden on the family to say, you must come and make a report of the complaint. What are the CCTV cameras being monitored by the police? What is happening to all of it? Is the police monitoring it or not? And the other question that you asked, what is the Child Welfare Committee doing? Their job is not only to sit and look at the cases that come before them. Their job is also to ensure that communities are made safe. That is part of the Juvenile Justice Act.
Absolutely true. Like you mentioned, it's, the larger picture also has to be looked at. That what is the Juvenile Justice Act doing, and what is the Child Welfare Committee doing, and why is that the burden is of the family to ensure that an FIR, when the complaint has been registered. These are CCTV footages where the police have clear access to. But nevertheless, action has been taken, at least in this case, Brinda. Thank you so much for joining you on India Today. And joining me right now is also Sagai Raj. Sagai is still with me. He's covering the Assembly ongoing session also in Belgaum. Sagai, has this video reached the Assembly session? In the sense, has the Home Department, Home Minister taken cognizance of what has happened back in Bengaluru? Because it is not in one isolated incident that we have reported. There are several such incidents that Rajan, the accused, has been involved in assaulting children. Has the political parties or the Neta sitting in that AC chambers taken cognizance of what has happened?
Probably they are unaware about this particular video. Video has come now, and so far the government or the officials have not reacted to this. Probably after India Today exposed this psychopathic behavior of this man, probably now the government have to take cognizance of it and they have to take stringent action against him. If you notice that the FIR in this section which has been imposed against him initially was a non-cognizable offence where he can get away easily. However, after now the CCTV camera footage which has been emerged, not only kicking the boy like a football but also assaulting the other kids on the street, definitely they have to take action. As activist Brinda Adige was pointing out, that at least they should take action in section of justice for juvenile, and we need to wait and watch how the government is going to take this forward.
Absolutely, like looking at the visuals itself, Sagai, that it's such gut-wrenching visual that the child is being kicked from the back and the child doesn't even have a clue what's coming behind him, and hence the video becomes much more painful. And thank you for bringing us all the latest details, but I request you to remain with me for the next story. Moving on, the political story from Karnataka. There seems to be no end for the CM Nataka here in Karnataka. Karnataka's political landscape is abuzz with speculation after Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and several key Congress leaders and netas gathered for a dinner hosted by the PWD Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Satish Jarkiholi. The dinner held at the residence of Jarkiholi in Belgaum, who is considered close aide of Chief Minister, has sparked speculation amidst the ongoing power tussle within the ruling Congress government over the Chief Minister post. Attendees included Home Minister G. Parmeshwar, H.C. Mahadevappa, Housing Minister Zamir Ahmed and MC Sudhakar Minister, and several MLAs like A.S. Ponnenna were also a part of this closed group dinner with Siddaramaiah. The gathering comes after dinner on the night of December 17th, where Jarkiholi hosted 30 legislators at a private hotel. This is dinner after dinner that is going on in Karnataka during the crucial winter session of the Assembly. Listening to the voices on the story.
ಯಾವ ಬರವಣಿಗೆನೂ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಕೇಳಿ, ನಾನು 5 ವರ್ಷ ತುಂಬಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ 2ನೇ ಸಾರಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈಗ ನಾನೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ. ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ, ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವರು ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನನ್ನ ಪರವಾಗೇ ಇರೋದು.
ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ,
ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವರು ಏನ್ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ನಾವು.
ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇರೋದು,
ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಜಾತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇದೆ, ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ
ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಸಂತೋಷ, ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದು
ಒಂದು 4-5 ಜನ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಸರ್, ಬೇರೆ
ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಈಗ ಹೊರಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ತಪ್ಪೇನಿದೆ.
I don't know why people give so much of importance for a private dinner which keeps happening on a regular basis. It was just a casual event which was just happened like that, and Honorable CM also stayed hardly for 5-10 minutes. Absolutely, there is no crisis within the party, within the government. Congress High Command is seized of the developments what's happening here, and we are all very responsible members of the party, and we know our limitations. And Honorable CM and DCM both have said that whatever party High Command takes a decision, we will abide by that.
Since 6 months, this dinner politics are taken places in Karnataka state. Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable DCM, and some of the senior members are joining the dinner meeting. A lot of discussion is taken place in this Belgaum Adhivesan regarding the Uttar Karnataka, and the solution for that CM has to reply. I think he has replied. The government has to reply, and some rectification, some finance allocation is needed. Only discussion of the North Karnataka is satisfactory, not solution.
Sagai Raj is joining me live on this. Sagai, it's dinner after dinner happening in Belgaum. What transpired in this closed-door dinner that happened last night? Siddaramaiah went to Satish Jarkiholi residence himself, and this is just a core committee is what we are told. So what transpired in this dinner meeting?
So what we get to learn through our sources is the loyalists who were present at this dinner meeting had asked Siddaramaiah not to give up easily, and they have also convinced him, stating that he need to try to talk to High Command and try to convince them, stating that if at all if there is any kind of power transition in the state of Karnataka, it is going to hamper the Congress prospects probably in the next election. And they have also said that it is going to have a major hit on the vote bank if at all if Siddaramaiah has been removed and someone else has been replaced in this place. So there were a lot of discussion which has happened. There were a lot of strategies which have been discussed during this particular dinner meeting, according to sources.
Thank you, Sagai. And moving on, the fresh raids in jails across Karnataka has been unearthed, and shocking revelations on how the prisoners still have access to the state-of-the-art technology within the prison premises as well. India Today has earlier exposed the Bengaluru jail gala where prisoners had access to alcohol and they danced and used mobile phones and also used TVs, leading to such a luxury and lavish life. In major late-night operation, officials carried out a raid at the Parapana Agrar or the Bangalore Central Prison in Bengaluru and seized over 30 mobile phones, marking the largest recovery in the history of prison raids and prison searches. Remember, India Today has been reporting on this search operation against contraband inside prison across the state have been intensified, leading to number of seizures as well. In the last 36 hours, mobile phones, SIM cards have been recovered following search operations inside the prison premises, including in Kalaburgi district, Mangalore city, Shivamogga as well. So it's not just in Bengaluru. The prison premises across the states have been searched and raided, and mobile phones and narcotic substances have been confiscated in the recent raids. Sagai Raj is joining me live on this. Sagai, this is an ongoing issue that Karnataka prisons are facing. What is the government saying about this confiscation of mobile phones and narcotic substances? How did it even reach the prison premises?
It is $1 million question that how these mobile phones and other equipments have reached the prison. The police are still investigating on the same, and if you notice that this time they have raided the prison and they have found out a lot of mobiles, including 101 mobile from 19th of December to 26th of from 26th of November to 19th of December, close to 101 mobiles and 23 chargers, 84 SIM cards and 16 earphones, and cash close to 64,880 rupees. And there were also sharp objects which was being found in this particular raid, close to 18 in probably close to a month in the raids which has the series of raids which has happened in the prison.
Thank you, Sagai, for bringing us all the latest updates. In fact, one can only wonder what is the nexus between the prison officials and the prisoners if a mobile phone, a touchscreen phone, TVs, mobile chargers, earphones, narcotic substances are entering the prison premises. It speaks a lot on the governance too. And these were the stories from Karnataka. And up next, we'll move to state of Tamil Nadu and Chennai. Anaga Keshav will take it from here.
Well, Tamil Nadu has become an election battleground because we're only months away from elections happening in Tamil Nadu, and all the three political parties that are making the headlines in Tamil Nadu have gone all guns blazing at each other. Yesterday, actor third Neta Vijay had a massive political campaign that happened in Erode. In fact, this was the biggest election campaign of Vijay after what happened after the unfortunate stampede that happened in Karur. Yesterday was the biggest event that TVK carried forward, and Vijay left no stone unturned in targeting DMK. He called DMK as an evil force. In fact, Vijay said that 2026 was going to be a fight between pure versus evil. And by that he means pure is TVK whereas evil is DMK. Well, while all this election is happening, there is also another important issue, and that is the SIR exercise that's happening currently in Tamil Nadu. In fact, today at around 5:30 p.m. is when the Tamil Nadu's Chief Electoral Officer Archana Patnaik will be addressing a press meet where she will be releasing a draft electoral roll. And it's very likely that lakhs of voters are going to be dropped from this list on the basis of number one, being untraceable or absent. Number two, they could have either been deceased. Number three, they could have been illegal migrants from other countries. These are going to be the top reasons why a lot of voters are going to be dropped from this draft electoral roll that's going to be released. But if your name is not there on that roll, don't panic. You'd have 1 month's time to file an appeal in front of the booth electoral officer or even in front of the collectorate. So you'd have 1 month's time to file an opposing appeal to prove as to why you should be eligible for voting, and you'd have a solid 1 month's time to file your appeal. So today 5:30 is when this draft electoral roll will be released. the controversial electoral roll which drew a lot of flack, particularly for its timing. Well, moving on from SIR to battleground Tamil Nadu, like I was mentioning, there is huge political war of words that has broken out in Tamil Nadu. Yesterday was Vijay's biggest event after what happened in Karur, and he went all guns blazing at DMK. He called DMK, in fact, as an evil force, while calling TVK as a pure force. In fact, he also targeted, although very tacitly, at ADMK by saying that ADMK is sort of irrelevant for 2026 elections. Let's hear into all the reactions that has come in. DMK has called Vijay as someone who is kindergarten level in politics. ADMK has also targeted Vijay, saying that he has only been using MGR's name in order to bag some votes. Let's listen in to what DMK and ADMK had to say about Vijay's speech yesterday.
Erode மக்களுக்காக நான் இப்போ குரல் கொடுக்கலாம் வந்திருக்கிறேன். இவ்வளவு செல்வாக்கு, இவ்வளவு பதவிகள், இவ்வளவு பவர் இருந்தோம் நான் ஒரு 5 பைசா காசு சம்பாதிச்சிருப்பேனா? அதனாலதான் சொல்றோம், பெரியார் பேரை சொல்லிக்கிட்டு தயவு செஞ்சு கொள்ளையடிக்காதீங்கயா, தயவு செஞ்சு கொள்ளையடிக்காதீங்க. அவரு பேரை சொல்லிக்கிட்டு பெரியார் பேரை சொல்லி கொள்ளையடிக்கிற இவங்க தான் நம்மளுடைய அரசியல் எதிரி. நீங்க எல்லாரும் என்னோட அரசியலோட கனெக்டடா இருக்கீங்கன்றது ரொம்ப தெளிவா தெரியுது. அந்த எதிரிகள் யாரு இப்போ இங்க 2026 சட்டமன்ற தேர்தலில் களத்துல இருக்கிறாங்களோ அவங்கள மட்டும் தான் எதிர்ப்போம். எத்தனை பொய்யான வாக்குறுதிகள். வந்த உடனே நீட்டை ரத்து செய்வோம், கல்வி கடனை ரத்து செய்வோம். திமுகவும் பிரச்சனைகளும் ஃபெவிகால் போட்டு ஓட்டின ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் மாதிரி ஒன்னிலிருந்து ஒன்ன பிரிக்கவே முடியாது. இது எப்படி இருக்கு தெரியுமா? எனக்கு பயம் இல்ல, எனக்கு பயம் இல்ல. மக்கள் எல்லாத்தையும் உன்னிப்பா கவனிச்சிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அதனாலதான் சொல்றேன், உங்களுக்கு நீங்க கொள்ளையடிச்சு வச்சிருக்கிற காசு தான் துணை. ஆனா எனக்கு என் மேல எல்லையில்லா பாசம் வச்சிருக்கிற இந்த மாசு தான் துணை. ஒரு மனுஷனால எதையும் சாதிச்சு காட்ட முடியும். அப்படி ஒரு தைரியத்தை தான் இப்ப நீங்க, என்னுடைய அம்மா, அக்கா, தங்கைகள், நண்பா, நண்பிகள், தோழர்கள், இதை எப்படி நம்ம பிரிச்சு விடலாம், இதை எப்படி நம்ம கெடுக்கலாம், என்னெல்லாம் அவதூறுகள் நம்ம விஜய் மேல சொல்லி மக்களை நம்ப வைக்கலாம், என்னெல்லாம் சூழ்ச்சிகள் நம்ம விஜய் மேல பண்ணி மக்களை நம்ப வைக்கலாம். ஆனா அவங்களுக்கு தெரியாது, இது இன்னைக்கு நேத்து வந்த உறவு இல்ல. கிட்டத்தட்ட 30-33 வருஷத்துக்கு மேல இருக்கிற உறவு.
அதாவது எந்த அரசியல் கட்சி புதுசா ஆரம்பிச்சாலும் சரி, பழசா இருந்தாலும் சரி, எல்லாரும் எங்களுக்கு போட்டின்னு சொல்றது திமுக தான். வேற யாரும் யாருக்கு போட்டின்னு சொல்றதே இல்ல. காரணம், அந்த அளவுக்கு மக்கள் மனதில் நிலைத்து இருக்கக்கூடிய இயக்கம் திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம். ஒரு நேர்மையான ஆட்சியை, மக்களுக்கான ஆட்சியை முதலமைச்சர்கள் வழிநடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்கள். அந்த வகையில் அவங்க திமுகவோட போட்டின்னு சொன்னாதான் தன்னுடைய இருப்பையும் தாங்கள் இருப்பதை மக்களிடத்தில் காட்டிக் கொள்வதையும் அவர்களால் முடியும் என்பதை உணர்ந்து அது போன்ற கருத்துக்களை முன்வைக்கின்றார்கள். எங்களை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நாங்க கலெக்டர் சார் இருக்காரு, அரசு நிகழ்ச்சியா இருக்கு, இருந்தாலும் நீங்க கேட்டதுனால நான் சொல்றேன், 2026 சட்டமன்ற தேர்தலை பொறுத்தவரை மாண்பு முதலமைச்சர்கள் தான் 2வது முறையாக தமிழ்நாட்டில் மாபெரும் வெற்றி பெற்று ஆட்சியை அமைப்பார்கள். அதற்கு மக்கள் தயாராக இருக்கின்றார்கள். அதனால வரக்கூடிய ஒரு புதிய கட்சியா இருக்கட்டும், பழைய கட்சியா இருக்கட்டும், அவங்க எல்லாம் வாக்கு எண்ணிக்கை முடிந்த பிறகு நீங்களே பாருங்க எவ்வளவு வாக்கு சதவீதம் அவங்க வாங்கி இருக்கிறாங்க, எவ்வளவு அவங்களுடைய பர்சன்டேஜ் இருக்குங்கிறத நீங்க பொறுத்திருந்து பாருங்க.
பொதுவாகவே ஒரு கட்சின்னா அவங்களுக்குன்னு ஒரு தனித்தன்மை இருக்கு. ஆனா அவர்கள் கூட, அதாவது குறிப்பா பேசினவர் யாரு, நடிகர் விஜய், TVK தலைவர், புரட்சி தலைவர் எம்ஜிஆர் என்ற அந்த முகமுடியை போட்டுன்னு வர்றாரு. அந்த முகமுடியை போட்டுன்னு வந்தாதான் மக்களை சந்திக்க முடியுன்ற ஒரு நிலைமை இருக்குன்னா, அப்ப அவருடைய தனித்தன்மையே போயிடுச்சு. அப்ப அவருடைய முகமுடி போட்டுன்னு வந்தாதான் ஓட்டு கிடைக்கின்ற அந்த ஒரு நம்பிக்கை விஜய்க்கு இருக்கு. ஆனா ஒன்று மட்டும் சொல்றேன், எம்ஜிஆர் முகமுடியும் சரி, அம்மா முகமுடி போட்டுன்னு வந்தாலும் சரி, அண்ணா முகமுடி போட்டுன்னு வந்தாலும் சரி, ஒருபோதும் அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழக ரெட்டலைக்கு போட்ட கைகள் வேற எந்த கட்சிக்கும் ஓட்டு போடாது. இதுதான் வரலாற்றிலே நிதர்சனமான உண்மையும் கூட. அதனால இன்னைக்கு அவங்களுக்குன்னு ஒரு தனித்தன்மை கிடையாது. அதனால எங்களுடைய தலைவர்களுடைய முகமுடியை போட்டுக்கிட்டு வர்றாங்க. அதுதான் உண்மை.
அதே லாட்ரி, அதே பஞ்சு டைலர். ஊருக்கு ஊரு போய் கூட்டம் நடத்தது அந்த தாவேக்கா. ஊர் முழுதும் கூட்டம் நடத்தது திமுக. பால்வாடி கட்சிக்கு போய் பாலவிழா கட்சி பதில் சொன்னா நல்லா இருக்காது.
Well, this morning in Chennai's Royapuram, there was this man who was found to be behaving inappropriately with women who were standing near the bus stand. In fact, in those visuals, you can see how a sanitary worker is thrashing this particular man who is clearly very old. He was found to be behaving in an extremely disgusting manner with women who were standing near the bus stand. In fact, many local eyewitnesses that we spoke to also stated that this is not the first time that he was behaving this way. Even in the past, on several days, he has behaved in a really inappropriate manner, sexually harassing female, who was standing near the bus stand. In fact, what we are being told is that it was a sanitary worker this time. It's actually really sad what a sanitary worker, especially a woman sanitary worker, has to undergo every day in her life. Because, not even looking at the clock, they need to work in day in and day out, report very early for duty, not really abiding by shift. They need to leave much later, midnight, back to their homes. This is the kind of lack of safety that we are looking at. We can actually see how this man is being brutally thrashed by the public. We're also being told that the police have taken cognizance of this matter and he has been arrested, is what we are learning from our police sources. Now that's all from the state of election-bound Tamil Nadu. Let's move on to our colleague Apurva Jayachandran.
Well, from the state of Andhra Pradesh, there is an ongoing tussle between the TDP-led NDA government and the YSRCP once again. This time over the PIL that has been filed by YSRCP. Andhra Pradesh IT Minister Nara Lokesh has strongly criticized the filing of multiple public interest litigations against major IT firms and projects in Andhra Pradesh, accusing the YSRCP of deliberately stalling job creation. In fact, Nara Lokesh has taken to social media where he has said that PIL filed against projects by the YSRCP in companies such as the TCS, Cognizant, Satwa and now Raheja Corp threaten over 1 lakh potential jobs. Remember, these are the companies that have come into Andhra Pradesh just of recent after the Andhra Pradesh government had announced an incentive of 99 paise per acre of land for these companies for investments. In fact, Nara Lokesh says that this is nothing but attempts by the YSRCP of trying to threaten over 1 lakh potential jobs. Lokesh has in fact warned that there will be legal challenges which sends a negative signal to investors and asserted that the state government will firmly defend investments critical to youth empowerment. Remember, this is an ongoing story, but we have more reactions coming in. But that's all for from the state of Andhra Pradesh. Back to you, Nagarjun.
With that, we come to the end of today's episode of So South here on India Today. We'll see you once again on Monday at 1 p.m. trying to bring you more power-packed episodes and news all the way from here Bengaluru, Chennai, Trivandrum, Vijayawada and Hyderabad as well. We'll see you once again on Monday. Until then, keep watching India Today.